piece of the sun to turn bad light into good pictures.
Welcome to my very first Tupperware party.
The 1960s was a revolutionary decade of cultural shifts, technological breakthroughs, and trends that defined a generation. It was an era when innovations like rotary phones and typewriters ruled the world. But have you ever wondered how many of those once essential items have vanished from our daily lives? Join us as we uncover 25 things from the 1960s, once necessary, now completely obsolete.
What are you listening to? This Remco transistor radio I made myself. Want to listen? Gee, the ball game!
Small and portable, the transistor radio revolutionized personal entertainment, letting people carry music, news, and sports wherever they went. Its sound quality was modest, but its appeal lay in offering privacy. American teenagers embraced these pocket-sized devices in the 1950s, tuning into rock and roll away from prying parents. Japan's Sony led the charge, and by the early 1960s, millions of Americans owned them. Teenagers sprawled on lawns, beachgoers grooved to hits, and sports fans followed live commentary anywhere. This cultural icon connected the world in new ways. Still, by the late 1970s, the cassette-playing Sony Walkman, with its superior audio, took its place, ending an era of transistor radio dominance.
I think the coloring of the dresses of today are absolutely gorgeous. Everybody's amazed.
The 1960s miniskirt epitomized rebellion and youthful freedom, redefining women's fashion. Popularized by British designer Mary Quant in 1965, the miniskirt wasn't her invention but her daring innovation. She shortened skirts even further than Courage's 1964 designs, creating a waist-skimming style that hit 6 to 7 inches above the knee. This bold fashion, dubbed the Chelsea look, resonated with London's daring youth, sparking global attention. Crafted from cotton gabardine or experimental PVC, these skirts often featured playful details like white collars, blending simplicity with a modern edge. Ideal for dynamic trends like the twist dance craze, the mini skirt became a symbol of liberation, challenging societal norms. Its audacity and charm cemented its place as a cultural phenomenon, though it's now more a nostalgic icon than a wardrobe staple. While the miniskirt redefined fashion with its daring simplicity and youthful energy, another era of innovation reshaped a completely different domain, instantly capturing life's moments.
A piece of the sun to turn bad light into good pictures. Red are reds and blue are blues.
In the day, Polaroid cameras revolutionized photography, delivering instant gratification in a world accustomed to waiting days for film development. With the click of a shutter and the whir of mechanics, these boxy marvels would spit out a square photograph that, like magic, developed before your eyes. Polaroids transformed memories into tangible keepsakes within seconds, becoming a cultural icon for capturing candid moments, from family gatherings to artistic experiments. But as digital cameras and smartphones emerged, the once essential Polaroid became a nostalgic relic. Despite their decline, they've left an indelible mark, inspiring a resurgence in instant photography among vintage enthusiasts.
Dial telephone. Before calling any number, first secure the number from your new directory. Then remove the receiver and listen for the dial tone. It sounds like this.
With its circular dial and satisfying click-click rhythm, the rotary phone defined an era of deliberate and tactile communication. Introduced in the early 20th century but peaking in the mid-1900s, this ingenious device turned dialing into an experience. Each spin of the dial sent precise electrical pulses, signaling the telephone exchange to connect you to your desired number. Its mechanism was simple and brilliant. Numbers corresponded to clicks. 5 meant 5 pulses, creating a seamless link between mechanics and early telecommunication technology, though now replaced by the speed and versatility of smartphones. Rotary phones evoke nostalgia for a time when calls were more intentional. While the rotary phone brought people together through the tactile art of dialing, another ingenious device revolutionized how we shared stories and memories, blending technology with a personal touch.
The new Enscomatic, the A-plus slide projector from Ensco. It's the world's only fully automatic projector to take all popular slides.
Once a staple of family gatherings, classrooms, and business meetings, the slide projector was the pinnacle of visual storytelling technology. These ingenious devices allowed users to project 35mm slides onto a screen, magnifying cherished memories or critical presentations to dazzling, full-size glory. The journey began with shooting a roll of slide film, like Ektachrome, developing it into vibrant, positive images, and carefully mounting individual frames in slide mounts. These mounted slides were then loaded into a circular carousel, ready to click through, frame by frame, evoking audible gasps or applause from captivated audiences. Though replaced by digital and smartphones, slide projectors remain a symbol of an analog era when sharing photos was a deliberate, hands-on ritual of connection and creativity.
This is a cigarette vending machine. It's able to count money and then give you a selection of different products at different prices and deliver those products to you.
Cigarette vending machines were a hallmark of 1960s convenience, symbolizing the era's casual relationship with smoking. These sleek, chrome-plated devices could be found in diners, cafes, and restaurants, dispensing cigarette packs at the drop of a few coins. They captured the spirit of the time, offering quick and easy access to a habit deeply ingrained in social life. However, as awareness of smoking's health risks grew and concerns about underage access mounted, their prominence began to wane. In 1989, regulations restricted these machines to bars and age-restricted venues, signaling their decline. Today, cigarette vending machines are now remembered as cultural artifacts of the past. Now, let's dive into a device that once embodied the very essence of productivity.
Typing motions are confined to your fingers.
Typewriters once revolutionized communication and efficiency in the mid-20th century. Originating in the 19th century, early models like the 1873 Scholz and Glidden brought typing to offices and homes, paving the way for decades of innovation. By the 1960s, typewriters evolved into sophisticated machines, offering shift keys for uppercase letters, margin controls, and electric models for faster, fatigue-free typing. These tools were indispensable for businesses, writers, and typists in high demand. Electric typewriters, consuming minimal power, represented a pinnacle of efficiency, capable of remarkable speed. Yet, their dominance was short-lived. The advent of computers rendered typewriters obsolete, but their legacy endures, celebrated as icons of ingenuity and progress in the history of written communication.
And today I'm taking a look at slide projectors.
The Kodak Carousel slide projector revolutionized art history lectures. It built on earlier slide projectors but with key innovations that made it indispensable in classrooms. Its circular tray could hold 80 to 140 35mm slides, allowing professors to preload entire lectures without manual resets. Thanks to its gentle gravity feed, the carousel prevented jamming, and a locking ring on the tray kept slides secure during use, even if the projector was bumped or dropped. This technology, once cutting edge, is now obsolete and replaced by digital presentations. But for decades, the Kodak Carousel was the backbone of visual learning, illustrating the evolution of teaching tools and the march of technological progress.
I've cleaned over 1,000 records with this. I've been pretty serious with this little Humming Guru ultrasonic cleaner. And is it still working? Am I still happy with it?
In the 1960s, vinyl records were the pinnacle of music technology, offering the clearest, most immersive listening experience available. Artists crafted entire albums meant to be enjoyed side by side on a turntable, and record stores were the epicenter of music culture. The 12-inch LP became the format of choice, allowing full-length albums to showcase an artist's vision in a way that singles could not. With needle-tracing grooves on a spinning record, vinyl became synonymous with the music, providing sound and a ritualistic experience, from carefully selecting an album to the iconic crackle of the needle hitting the groove. By the 1980s and 90s, however, compact discs and digital formats pushed vinyl to the fringes of the music world. The convenience of CDs and later digital files seemed to signal the end of the vinyl era. As vinyl faced a decline in the 1980s and 90s, the music industry saw the rise of new technologies that promised even more convenience.
Woolies have cut 35p off 100 of their hottest cassettes. Queen.
Helen Reddy.
Barry White.
Back then, the 8-track tape revolutionized the music world, offering convenience and portability that vinyl couldn't match. Developed in 1964 by a group including Bill Lear, Ford, and General Motors, the 8-track became the go-to format for in-car entertainment, allowing drivers to listen to music without the hassle of vinyl records. Its distinctive cartridge design provided seamless playback, making it a hit for road trips. However, by the 1980s, the 8-track's popularity waned as newer formats like cassette tapes and CDs emerged. Today, 8-tracks are nostalgic relics, often found in thrift shops where collectors search for rarities like Broadway shows or big band recordings, proving that even the most iconic technologies can fade, replaced by something more efficient.
Welcome to my very first Tupperware party.
Tupperware parties were the ultimate home-based sales phenomenon in the 60s. Invented by Earl Tupper and promoted by Brownie Wise, these parties allowed women to gather, socialize, and demonstrate the revolutionary airtight containers that were once a kitchen necessity. The gatherings became a key part of American home life, with hosts earning commissions on sales while showcasing durable, practical products. What started in a humble Orlando hangar grew into a nationwide network of enthusiastic salespeople, reshaping how people shopped. Over time, however, as retail options expanded and home shopping channels emerged, Tupperware parties became obsolete. Today, the once vibrant social gatherings are nothing more than a memory of mid-century homemaking culture. How did a simple household object like the radio become a symbol of modernity and design innovation in the 1960s?
That district, Mr. Tracy, is covered by wet wash, Wally. He should be checking in at any time.
In the 1960s, Bakelite radios symbolized modernity and innovation, crafted from the durable plastic that replaced expensive wood. These radios were more than just functional. They were works of art with bold, vibrant colors and unique designs. The Catalan Corporation led the way, offering stunning radios in shades like bright red, turquoise, and marbled patterns. American-made Bakelite radios were the pinnacle of design, with manufacturers like Motorola creating iconic models such as the Art Deco-inspired red and black radio with an S-shaped grille. Meanwhile, the Scotty Dog radio by Remler brought playful charm to the era, forever tied to the Art Deco movement. Once a household necessity, these radios are now coveted by collectors as timeless pieces of history, blending style with sound.
If you could put Tareyton's charcoal filter on your cigarette, you'd have a better tasting cigarette.
Cork-tipped cigarettes were designed to make cigarettes safer by filtering out harmful components, though manufacturers never acknowledged their full impact. Originating in the 1930s and gaining widespread popularity in the 50s, these cigarettes featured a distinctive cork-like filter intended to reduce the intake of tobacco fibers and smoke particles. As health concerns about smoking grew in the 1950s, these filtered cigarettes were marketed as a healthier alternative to unfiltered brands. But despite their popularity, cork-tipped cigarettes have now become obsolete. With increasing awareness of the dangers of smoking and advances in health research, what was once considered a necessary innovation is now a relic of the past, replaced by more effective solutions or no smoking at all.
Record up to 6 hours on T120 VHS cassettes from RCA, Polaroid, or Sony.
I can record a lot of programs at these prices. I'm buying.
In the 1960s, a revolution in home entertainment began with the introduction of VHS tapes. These magnetic cassettes brought the magic of movies and TV shows into living rooms, giving people the power to watch their favorite films on demand. Families could record television broadcasts, creating a new era of convenience and control. VHS tapes quickly became a household staple, making video rentals a booming industry. Yet, as the digital age took over, DVDs, Blu-rays, and streaming services slowly pushed VHS tapes into obscurity. Now, those bulky tapes and clunky players are relics of the past, replaced by high-definition, on-demand content.
For today, I'm going to be trying on my entire belly ring collection for you guys.
In the 1960s, belly button rings were all the rage, a trend that defined a cultural moment. Once seen as a bold and essential form of self-expression, navel piercing symbolized youthful rebellion and style. This body modification gained popularity through the years, with many associating it with femininity, sexuality, and freedom. The piercing, often adorned with a decorative ring or jewel, drew attention to the midriff and became a staple in fashion. However, the trend waned with time, and belly button rings once necessary for those seeking to stand out became obsolete. Some still cherish the navel piercing, but its heyday has passed. What made a simple plastic ring become one of the biggest fads of the 1950s, captivating millions and shaping a generation's idea of fun. Let's talk about hula hoops. In the late 1950s, a simple plastic ring revolutionized playtime, sparking a worldwide craze. Inspired by Australian bamboo hoops, the hula hoop was introduced to the American market by Wham-O in 1958, and it quickly became a cultural sensation. Kids everywhere spun the brightly colored hoops around their waists, hips, and necks, mastering the rhythmic motion. The toy's contagious popularity peaked, with over 100 million units sold in just a few years. Hula hoop contests, advertisements, and even celebrity endorsements flooded the scene. But as the 1960s progressed, the hoop's hold on the public's attention began to wane. Once a symbol of fun and fitness, the hula hoop is now a nostalgic relic. Its plastic ring is a reminder of a simpler, carefree era.
See how easy it makes your cleaning.
In the 1960s, the canister vacuum cleaner was an essential household companion, celebrated for its power and versatility. Unlike today's lightweight, bagless models, these vacuums were bulky, with a separate motorized canister connected to a long hose. With their sturdy metal frames and distinctive rolling design, they could easily tackle large spaces and deep carpets, making them a must-have for homeowners. The canister vacuum's suction power and ability to reach tight corners made it indispensable for thorough cleaning. But as technology advanced, sleeker and more efficient designs took over, making the canister vacuum a relic of the past. Now, a symbol of mid-century modern convenience, these vacuums are a nostalgic reminder of how far we've come in home cleaning. In the 1960s, electric typewriters revolutionized the workplace, combining mechanical precision with motorized ease. A marvel of engineering, they offered a smoother, faster typing experience with a feather-light touch, reducing operator fatigue and increasing efficiency. Gone were the days of jamming keys and inconsistent impressions. These machines produced crisp, uniform text perfect for creating professional documents and multiple carbon copies. IBM's iconic Selectric typewriter, launched in 1961, introduced the groundbreaking spherical type element, eliminating the need for a moving carriage and enabling swift, accurate character selection. This innovation set a new standard in office productivity. Once a staple of business and communication, the electric typewriter is now a relic of a bygone era, replaced by digital technology but fondly remembered as a symbol of mid-century progress.
It's a lamp that you can't read by, but it's responsible for stealing hours from our lives, with its vibrant colors that tumble, float, and sink endlessly.
In the groovy glow of the 1960s, lava lamps became an iconic symbol of the era's psychedelic vibes and counterculture cool. These captivating lamps, invented by Edward Craven Walker, captivated minds with their ever-shifting blobs of wax floating like molten dreams in vivid colors. They weren't just lighting fixtures but statements, revolutionary decor for rebellious spirits. Originally a novelty item, the lava lamp became a must-have for hippie dens, college dorms, and mod living rooms, offering a calming, almost hypnotic allure in a world awakening to change. As the decades rolled on, their popularity flickered, replaced by sleeker, smarter lighting. Yet the lava lamp endures as a retro relic, a funky reminder of when chill vibes and vibrant design merged in a timeless dance of light and liquid.
The Le Mans race is run on a public highway with most of its hazards, and drivers hold themselves to a modest 100 to 120 miles per hour.
Jet-powered cars ignited imaginations with their futuristic promise. Chrysler's turbine car, unveiled in 1963, stood at the forefront. 50 shimmering bronze cars powered by gas turbines were loaned to everyday drivers to gauge public interest. These vehicles boasted smooth acceleration, multi-fuel capability, and a whisper of a revolution in automotive design. Across the Atlantic, Rover and BRM teamed up to create the gas turbine Rover BRM, which made history at Le Mans in 1963 as the first turbine-powered car to compete in the iconic race. Meanwhile, jet dragsters dominated racetracks, thrilling crowds with fiery speed. Despite their innovation, practical hurdles like cost and efficiency grounded these ambitions. By the 1970s, the era of jet-powered cars had passed, leaving behind a legacy of audacious ingenuity. Now let's step back in time and discover how a groundbreaking invention brought the power of cinema into the comfort of your living room.
Get a Sony Betamax video recorder and automatically videotape that show while you're doing something else and watch it anytime you want.
Betamax video recorders redefined home entertainment, marking a leap into the future of media. Compact and innovative, these devices brought the magic of cinema into living rooms, allowing viewers to record, rewind, pause, and replay moments with ease. Competing with the emerging VHS format, Betamax was celebrated for its superior picture quality and advanced features like adjustable tracking and color settings. Though companies like Sony led the charge, Betamax's appeal was universal, embraced by tech enthusiasts and casual users alike. However, by the 1980s, VHS gained the upper hand with longer recording times and wider compatibility, relegating Betamax to history. Once the glowing heartbeat of bustling cityscapes, neon signs lit up the mid-20th century with mesmerizing hues. By the 1960s, however, their heyday began to fade. Once a symbol of innovation, neon signs faced competition from cheaper, safer alternatives like fluorescent and incandescent lighting. Concerns over lead content in neon glass also hastened their decline, pushing businesses toward modern, environmentally friendly options. The arrival of LED technology sealed their fate, offering brighter, more energy-efficient solutions. While neon signs have largely become obsolete, their legacy endures in vintage nostalgia and artistic revival. They remain an emblem of a bygone era, sparking memories of the vibrant, flickering glow that once defined urban nightlife and roadside Americana.
Creativity means capturing his intensity.
You try, John.
Me? Sure.
In the 1960s, manual film cameras like the Nikon F and Canon F1 transformed photography, becoming essential for professionals and enthusiasts. The Nikon F, launched in 1959, set new standards for durability, precision, and versatility, establishing single-lens reflex dominance. In 1970, Canon introduced the F1, a professional SLR that rivaled Nikon's reign. These cameras required users to manually adjust focus, aperture, and exposure, fostering a deep connection between photographer and subject. While digital technology has largely replaced them, their craftsmanship and timeless design continue to inspire modern photography, preserving their enduring legacy. While the art of photography celebrated precision and craftsmanship, another symbol of timeless allure was making its mark, one that wrapped itself in luxury and sophistication.
Now, fur jackets are, very frowned upon. There's a huge stigma around them, and rightfully so.
Fur coats were the epitome of luxury and status, draping the shoulders of the stylish elite as symbols of affluence. They provided warmth and glamour, gracing everything from bustling city streets to high society galas. Made from mink, fox, and sable, these coats were often the centerpiece of a chic wardrobe heavily featured in films and fashion magazines. But as the decades rolled on, attitudes shifted. Concerns over animal rights and environmental ethics reshaped public opinion. Faux fur emerged as an alternative, offering similar aesthetics without the ethical cost. Today, the fur coat is a relic of a bygone era, outshined by innovation and changing values. Once necessary for warmth and style, it now serves as a reminder of evolving fashion and social consciousness. The 1960s record player, a cultural icon of its time, brought music to life in homes across the globe. With its needle cartridge delicately tracing grooves on vinyl, it transformed analog signals into rich, warm melodies. Whether spinning Beatles classics or Motown hits, the crackle and pop of these players became a hallmark of the era's music experience. Record players weren't just devices. They were gathering points where friends and families came together to share the magic of sound. However, as technology marched forward, cassette tapes, CDs, and digital streaming pushed these engineering marvels into obsolescence.